Welcome to the Brian Murray Show, a real estate show, New Jersey style. I'm Brian Murray, and here's today's discussion point. How sunscreen can help a buyer avoid a lemon of a home. See, sunscreen, it's kind of simple. It's not very expensive. And all you have to do is really take 30 seconds or a minute to put it on. Maybe once a day, maybe twice, maybe even 3 times a day, depending on if you're outside all day or not. 10 in the morning, noon, 2, by 4 o'clock, maybe not. If you have very fair skin like my skin, maybe 4 o'clock too. Or maybe you're inside for a part of that time, so you're really only doing it twice a day. I do it every day before I leave the house. But what it is, it's a small way of helping prevent a bigger problem. It's a small thing to avoid a bigger problem, whether that is a sunburn or whether that is, eventually melanoma or, worse. But okay. So how does this little thing of sunscreen help a buyer avoid a lemon of a home? Here's the thing. If you walk into someone's home and it's dirty, okay, that's one thing to say, hey, what's going on? If the baseboards haven't been painted, if the floor has a little bit of a problem in an area and they didn't sand it and get it all refinished, if the countertop has a chip in it, if the door squeaks, those are all minor maintenance issues that just aren't getting done. And if somebody's not willing to do it to sell their home, they certainly didn't do it when they lived in the home. And what other minor maintenance issues didn't they do that you don't see? Did they have a leak that they let drip for a long time? And maybe there's now mold behind the wall. That would be maybe the worst case. Maybe there was caulking around the tub that they didn't get sealed up right away. And then there was a leak behind the tub. Small things. How long does it take to have a handyman come over and do the caulking or do it yourself? Maybe an hour project. Maybe an hour. Is that it's a small thing. All of these things are small things. So if you go into a home as a buyer and you start seeing some small things that haven't been done, you can call a timeout. Even in today's market, call a timeout and say, hey, home inspector's only going to do X, Y, and Z. They can't see behind the walls. They don't really see the maintenance part of your home. Does the heating and air conditioning HVAC work? Yeah. Did the person replace the air filter every 3 months like they needed to? Probably not. So this is how sunscreen can help a buyer avoid a lemon of a home. And for sellers, if you're doing these things and not doing the maintenance and putting your home for sale and just saying, hey, take it because that's the way I lived in it, I don't know if you and I are a good fit for me to sell your home. Because I want to service my clients in the best way possible, to get them the most money possible in the most ethical way possible. So everyone, just wear your sunscreen and change. Market report, July 6th. Everyone had a great 4th and 5th of July. So that's 2 days this past week where the market was quieter. I can honestly say I sold 2 homes this weekend during the holiday. I have one property that had a dozen showings this weekend during the holiday. But overall, the reflective numbers here, the numbers will reflect A little bit quieter, meaning that there was at least one day, if not 2 days, where either people were out of town or agents weren't working, or a combination of the two. So let's jump right into it. In Hoboken, 193 condos available. So not a lot of homes came on the market, because you're seeing that number's down below 200 for the first time in a long time. In the last 7 days, 19 new homes on the market. So again, that's not typically the number that we're seeing. We're usually seeing, in the 30 range for that. In the last 30 days, there's 95 homes on the market that still haven't been sold. Under contracts last 30 days, 108. So still running at about 1.75 months of inventory, days on market, median 17 days on market. So homes are still moving fast. Sold in the last 30 days, 107. Average sale price 99.2%, no discount. Jersey City, 228 homes on the market. In the last 7 days, 29. And in the last 30 days, 108. So maybe Jersey City didn't take quite the holiday Hoboken did in terms of homes coming on the market. Under contracts last 30 days, 60 in Jersey City. That number is starting to slow down a little bit, as you can see. And days on market, 40 in Jersey City is the average, 27 is the median. Sold in the last 30 days, 71. So you're really looking at, if you look at this here, the under contracts in the last 30 days was 60, the solds were 71. In Hoboken, the under contracts were 108, the solds were 107. So the Hoboken market seems to have a little more momentum month over month than the Jersey City market. That's really important to note, because we're trying to see trends in this market. If you want specific information about specific types of properties in Hoboken, Jersey City, or another town, and say a 2-bed, 2-bath, elevator parking, a 1-bed starter home, a brownstone, reach out to me directly, and we can talk about how each market is really being affected by the interest rates, by buyer demand, by seller anticipation. So enjoy the rest of the summer, and we'll have some more numbers next week. And if you tune in this coming Thursday, July 8th, I'll be doing my 6-month year in review, or half year in review. Enjoy, and make sure you wear sunscreen. The good, the bad, the ugly. So, the good. I took 2 days off. I took July 4th and July 5th off. And it's not just good for me, it's good for everyone around me. It's a time to refresh. The summer for a lot of people is a great time to recharge, refresh, whether they're going on vacation, they're going to the beach, they're working from the beach, they're just doing something a little different than they do the other 9 months a year or 10 months a year in maybe a different locale, or just, hey, the days are longer, it's warmer, you can do more things outside. It's just an attitude. And I really wish that everybody will get a chance to take at least 2 days off this summer, because I just took mine too. The bad. Did you notice that the fireworks, they were on the east side of the river again? I mean, I don't know what people are thinking. Like, people in Brooklyn and people in Queens really need to see fireworks. They can come across Manhattan and look at them right there on the Hudson River. It's so much more picturesque on the Hudson side of the river. And the ugly. The ugly. I don't know if anybody's been down by the Hoboken Path train in the last several weeks, but they just keep digging it up and digging it up and digging up, and now there's giant holes everywhere, and you can barely pass through, and there's certainly no parking. And granted, I would much rather have them do this in the summertime than another time, but there's no communication either. Like, hey, this is what we're doing, this is how long it's taking, this is why we're taking the parking spaces for 4 blocks all around the PATH train, day in and day out. I think the biggest thing, it's not the project, it's the communication. Like many things in life, it's not the thing, it's the lack of communication that really hurts people and really causes that conflict. So I'm going to leave you with some inspiring words from the legendary coach John Wooden, who said, "It's what you learn after you know it all that counts." I'm still learning every day. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, all episodes of The Brian Murray Show can be found at themurraypropertygroup.com/blog. Every episode is there. You can check me out on LinkedIn. You can check me out on Facebook, on Instagram. Definitely like me, share me, let people know the market stats and all the other great information that's out here to be had. And as always, if there's anything in the show that you disagree with, reach out to me directly, and I'll show you why you're wrong. Thanks for watching.